What is going on? We are back. Yes, sir. Wow. Do we have some big updates? We got all kinds of things going on. We released a video about 2 hours ago. We're going to get into that video and talk about what exactly all that was. There's a lot of things going on with the bricks and minifig situation, the reckless bin situation that people may not be up to speed on. And it's kind of easy to happen because there's so many different layers to this story. Yeah. It's really hard to take it all in and keep it all in. There's so much to this story and twists and turns. That's why people are like, man, this is going to be like a Netflix series. Yeah. Like a 10 episode. It could be. Yeah, for real, dude. Ben Schneider playing Reckless Ben. That would be fun. So anyways, there's a lot of different updates that we're going to get into. We got Rissman here. We got our friend The Last Relic back with us, the former Bricks and Minifigs store owner. He's back here with us. He's going to chime in on this. We're not going to just do Bricks and Minifigs. We're also going to talk about a little Star Wars and a little He-Man Masters of the Universe movie as well. So if you like that kind of thing, stick around and enjoy that.
Yeah, I'd like to get Relic's thoughts and opinions on some of that stuff for sure.
I'm sure his opinions will be better than Rissman's. So
probably.
All right. Well, with all that being said, let's go ahead and bring in our gentleman here, Moff Rissman, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the Moff.
He's the glue that keeps everything stuck together here at Echo Base Network.
He is Temu Phil Collins, and he tells us what to do, like on the daily.
Yeah.
And if you misspell something and post it publicly, he will give you hell.
Yeah.
And I do fix dates. Lately,
yeah,
I fix
fix dates.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if there's ever misspelling or a miss anything posted, more than likely it came from me because I don't read any of that shit. I literally just create it and then throw it in there. You know?
I would say 99% likely it came from you.
Yeah.
Valiant Renegade tried to call me on the phone the other day, and I wasn't in a position to answer it. And then I saw some messages about, hey, did you know that you got the dates wrong? And I was like, oh, I'm not even going to respond to that. He thought I'm the one that posted it because I'm normally the one that posts stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if there's an error of any kind, probably Nick's. So just want to throw that out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our friend. He is back for more punishment, The Last Relic.
Hey.
All right.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah, and links for his channel are in the description, guys. So definitely go check his channel out. When we first talked to him, I think he had 115 subscribers, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And now he's over 1,000.
Now that's not our doing.
Awesome. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we led the horse to the water and he drank it.
There you go. I like that. That's pretty good right there. We led the horse to the water.
Yeah.
I've been drinking it. I can't stop.
Yeah. How many different podcasts have you been on since all this has been going on?
Just you and Camelot.
Okay.
I've been invited to a few others. Some like are traveling, and they we're gonna set a date at some point. But yeah, I do plan on going on more podcasts.
Okay, sweet. Yep. So I'm sure you guys will see more of him out there in the land of YouTube.
We also obviously want to give a warm welcome to everybody in the chat right now. Got 75 strong here at the very top of the show. X Drywall, thank you, man. Has been watching your videos all day. Thanks, or for days. Thanks for the content. Our pleasure. Star Wars Mom. Hell, it's all in love, Star Wars Mom. It's all in love.
Yeah.
You know he's like my favorite. The Tatooine, what is going off? Moff Genesis. That's good. That's good. John Graber is here. What is up? Good to see you. Angie, good to see you. Cody I. Schultz, was He-Man woke? Loved it as a kid. I don't think it was woke in the slightest.
I don't think so either. Now, other people will argue that.
Yeah, but look,
There's a debate to be made there for sure. I didn't think so though.
You need more than one character swap.
I think they like pretty much gave a lot of like of the awesome moments to the like replaced it with the woman instead of the man, like the woman kind of saving the guy a little too much. But
yeah,
it was more intersectional.
But Tila's a badass for real though.
Yeah, she is, and it makes sense in the beginning for sure. Like when they're on Earth, but there was some things that I was like,
I would have the debate, not the argument. Yes. I would debate and say, my woke sensor did not tingle during the movie. Okay,
agreed. This movie sucks. Sensor did tingle.
Exactly. I already went and watched it again, and anybody that knows this channel knows that Nick and I and Rissman, we don't really dig the woke at all. So very much against it, especially me and Nick. Rissman's a little bit more forgiving at times than we are.
Yeah.
So
I gave the movie like a 7. Coach gave it like an 8.5. I think Relic gave it a 4.
Yeah.
There's no echo chamber network going on here. You'll definitely get a wide variety of opinions of views here.
Cody I. Schultz has rejoined the member family. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. And speaking of, $99 super chat to start the show.
99.
Thank you, sir. Keeping the lights on here at EBN. Cody says, anyone who has VIP to ICC, let me know. Would love to meet up with you at the early entry. Hail EBN. Cody, we will be in Nashville Thursday night. We'll be having a meetup at the barcade called
Game Terminal.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
We'll post updates on the channel.
Yeah.
So like in the community tab. So make sure that you follow us there. We'll be there sometime around 8:00, I'm guessing, something like that.
Yeah. And you got our email, Cody. So that's the only thing that I get notifications on is email. So if you shoot me an email, I'll see it and I'll reply to you.
Yep. Awesome. Got more people rolling in here. So, Cody, thank you so much for that awesome $100 super chat, my friend, and we appreciate your generosity. Can't wait to hang out at the ICC convention next week. Going to be a blast. All right, so right here at the top, Reckless Ben updates, and we want to get Relic's opinion here, obviously, but you guys, I want y'all to chime in too. So we just made. Let's start with this before the whole lawyer thing. Actually, let's start with the lawyer business. So, Nick, you found some content where a gentleman is recorded saying that he has recently talked to Reckless Ben, and that Reckless Ben told him he does in fact have legal counsel. He is not going about this without a lawyer.
Yeah, so this is Ethan Klein. I'll just play it so everybody can hear it because it's literally like 20 seconds long. It's not long at all. But let me play it and we'll get into it.
Very worried, as was I for a minute, that Reckless Ben was been a little too reckless and was
Did he just get done doing a freaking gangster line?
I don't know. He's sure is sniffing a lot, isn't he?
I was like, dang, dude, lay off the coke, man.
Presenting himself in court. There's a video, or there's a audio of it. But I spoke to him. He does have an attorney.
Thank God.
Yeah, I was like a little worried.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried for the guy, but
hey guys, that was Ethan Klein.
Yeah, so that was Ethan Klein. And he I guess talked to Ben, and he does have a lawyer. Now the video that we saw, the guy was talking about how he really needed to make sure he had 2 lawyers, one for the criminal case and one for the civil case, which I 100% agree with. He definitely needs to have 2 different lawyers for the different kinds of cases that he's going to have to go to court for. Yep. So one of the questions Coach had texted me earlier was, these people that are sending money to the GoFundMe's for his legal help.
There's a separate GoFundMe.
Yeah, there's a separate one.
It's specifically for legal counsel for Ben Schneider.
Yeah, and we're like, is Bricks and Minifigs going to be entitled to that? as well.
Yeah,
And
because that's money that Ben is getting on behalf of this controversy.
yeah, and on top of that, if he's representing himself, which was he said he was at the pretrial, then why raise money for legal fees if he's representing himself and isn't paying a lawyer? But come to find out, he is actually paying for a lawyer now. So now the only question is he actually going to be able to obtain that money from that GoFundMe?
Well, I think his chances of obtaining any type of financial benefit has dramatically increased with the hiring of a lawyer.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll find out more. I think his hearing at the court got pushed back to June 20. Was it June 22nd or July 22nd? I can't remember.
And minifigs.
Yeah, Bam is bricks and minifigs. Hell to Tom Connors.
What is
from
up, Tom?
Midnight's Edge? Yes, true. There is still legal fees without a lawyer. Yes, 100%. There's court costs and all sorts of stuff like that. So
it is ironic though that there is a GoFundMe that's not the big huge $500,000 one that I don't know how many thousands of dollars it has now. It was like 40-something thousand yesterday, maybe. But again, it is set aside specifically for legal counsel for Ben.
Yeah.
Whoever is in charge of raising that, they very well could be raising more money that would go to the prosecution.
Yeah.
If Ben does not lose, or I'm sorry, if Ben loses, then that's exactly what they've done pretty much. If they're able to get that. I think that's a big ask though. I don't think that I'm going to be shocked if Bam is able to get every dollar made with anything having to do with this controversy from Ben Schneider and Mansell.
I'm not a lawyer, but I'm guessing that they would have to go after those other individuals because they're not tied to Reckless Ben directly, as far as I know. So, but I don't know how that works. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, and my dog is sarcastic. I don't understand how they can take money for legal counsel. Yeah, I don't either. But we're literally just thinking out loud here, just formulating questions that we have on this whole situation. But I do want to get Relic's thoughts. I don't know. Did you see our video on this earlier today? Or we didn't do a video about the lawyer thing, but just
talk
the
about
fact
his father.
That he has a lawyer. Yeah, we'll get into that here in just
a
second. But yeah, as far as the lawyer thing, did you know about this already? Did you see this today?
Well, like I knew that he had legal representation and that he represented himself beforehand for like the small things of just
the
small claims.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
stuff.
sedate this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the small claims. Yeah. So, yeah, I knew about that. I knew that he actually got himself a lawyer. Not that I talked to him directly, but
Yeah.
from what I heard.
Do you think that this is a good move? Obviously,
of him having a lawyer?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't think anybody.
That's for
would
the
think-
people watching. Like
Yeah.
I know that, but
I was like,
tell them that.
oh, my bad. Yeah. This was a very intelligent move. It was very well calculated. Yeah, like that's where I would be nonstop calling him like, dude, answer your phone. Please get yourself a lawyer. Like if I heard that he really was not going for a lawyer because, like I pointed out, I did a stream the other day. I pointed out like this story is starting to die a little bit. Unfortunately, It's not getting the traction, and it's because Ben can speak on it, right? And part of it's also how entertaining his content is and how much it grasps people. But these details, like some of these details, like the new GoFundMe, I didn't hear about it till right now. For like separate legal fees, like so even me, who I'm trying to keep up, I'm not.
There's so much, bro.
Hearing, yeah.
There's
so much,
many
but
things.
there's way less coverage now.
There's way less coverage. You know, that makes me think of, yes, Reckless Ben cannot speak out anymore. But he emphasized in his last video, I need everybody else to be speaking out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't talk about it anymore. So ever since that video, Nick and I have been making videos. You've made videos. Timu Phil Collins tells us what videos to make. Like, we're doing all of that. And look, it is not as hot as it was when Ben Schneider's the one making the content. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But Nick and I just made a video just over 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago now, and it's got 31,000 views. And it's just an update about the dad, the McNeff dad, speaking out. He does two things in that. Yeah. But that makes me realize, you know, it's not as hot as it was, but I don't think we're anywhere near close dying. You know what I mean? Like, there's still a whole lot of interest about this, and things are moving, and whenever video 3 drops, it's going to be hot, man. Like, I can't wait. And there's going to have to be a video 4 now. So, all right, Risman, jump in here.
No, I mean, what, not having a lawyer? I know for maybe some of the other things that he's been involved with that might have flew okay, but I mean, these people, obviously, we've seen the cases they're bringing against them. They mean business, right? And when you have people on the other end who means business, you better mean business too. You know, it can't. Yeah, well, one business they seem to understand is how to get money they don't deserve, right? So that's what I mean. They're really into this kind of a thing. So he needs to be into it with the best representation he can have, because they're not playing around here. And Coach, the more that it comes out, the more I tend to think, you know, you had a kind of a thought that said, you know, they're not just looking to win here, they're looking for an exit strategy, right? They need to get out of this now. And so
explain that a little bit. What do you mean motivated by that for the people that aren't quite sure?
They're going to maximize whatever money they can get here, because the whole reason they had this business in the first place, whatever income stream or whatever they were going to do, regardless of what happens in these lawsuits, it's been irreparably damaged now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They owned this corporation to make money, and that has been seriously hurt.
Yeah, which new franchisee is going to approach them at any point now in the future and say, you know, I want to come aboard? They don't want to just have 300 stores. They probably want to have 3,000 stores. You know what I mean? That whole ship now has sailed, irregardless of who is found guilty. Even if they get everything they're asking for, the business is still done. Right. Exactly. So that's the other reason why he needs to be really, really concerned here. And so I'm glad. Again, his name is Reckless Ben. You never know how much of that is performative and how much of that maybe is, you know, maybe a part of his DNA. But it's smart to have. It's smart.
Well, and we do this too. You know, our thoughts are with Ben as he's not able to speak out. We don't know the latest, and we don't know what he's going through. There's definitely going to be more developments every single day to this. But Ben, we got your back here at our little channel. We're going to keep rolling. There's a whole lot of other YouTubers that are doing it too. Yep. There was the video update earlier today. This is where we found it. The dad, the McNeff dad, Dan McNeff, made a public post on his Facebook account where he does two things. He throws his sons under the bus, and then he blames Ben for having damaged the businesses of a bunch of good people. And then he's saying, who's going to monitor Reckless Ben? Because what he's doing is wrong. My family's under threat. I've got people watching my house and throwing rocks at my windows and all this kind of stuff. I'll read his actual comment in just a second because it is very interesting. But we also want to shout out the channel that brought this to light was BJC Live Show. She did a very good video earlier today.
She's a lawyer.
She's been covering it a ton.
Yeah. Well, she did a really good video breaking this down. And she also did a really good video breaking down a video about Joshua Johnson.
Yeah. And we'll probably hit on that maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, Well, we'll probably mention it here, but yeah, we might do a video tomorrow about that. But so again, thanks to BJC Live Show, great content creator. She's doing a great job, so thank you. And if y'all haven't watched it, go check that out. So here is Dan McNeff's post, and that's one of the cool things, honestly. Like, this is a lot bigger than YouTubers, Echo Base Network, and the Last Relic hooking up and doing stuff together and being friends. There's a lot of YouTubers across the platform that have all band together. We're like this big, huge bridge. And there's an awful lot of good that is happening from this. So here we go. Dan McNeff. This is the father to the McNeff brothers that own the corporation. This is the CEO and the CFO. Is that right, Relic?
Yeah,
Matt
CEO
McNeff?
and COO.
COO. Gotcha. Okay. So Dan McNeff right here. He says, today's version of a lynch mob could very well be YouTube investigators. At one point 6 years ago, I was the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. My sons illegally removed me from that position and sued me for control of another company I founded. I have not had anything to do with Bricks and Minifigs since then. Regardless of this, in the last 10 days, I have been given multiple death threats, and 2 days ago, we saw people viewing our home from the hill behind our home with binoculars, and they shot out a big picture window that will cost thousands to replace. I kind of have a hard time believing that part. Okay, all right. No one stops to investigate truly. They make a lot of assumptions and hurt innocent people. I think people are stopping to investigate, Mr. McNeff. Anyways, every one of those brick and minifig stores are independently owned and operated, and they don't deserve to be hurt. Many of the people pushing this whole story have their own Lego stores and want to hurt their competition. So my question is, who watches the watchers? Will Reckless Ben investigate all the innocent people he has hurt and do what he can to help them? And that is the post from the father, the ousted father, former CEO of Bricks and Minifigs, Dan McNeff.
Yeah.
All right.
And I agree with D Spirit here. Police report or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Where's the police report that somebody shot out?
There could even be a police report in there, and it's not real.
Like, do you remember when the sequel trilogy was going on and Kelly Marie Tran had to get off social media because
no receipts?
Nobody posted anybody saying anything directly towards her. I'm like, everybody in the YouTube space is like, where are these people and who are they so that we can call them out? Like, who are these people going after the actress of a movie we despise and hate? Because none of us did any of that. It was all about the writing and the people involved in the actual project. The actors have nothing to do with any of that. They show up for a job for a paycheck and do what they're told. So I don't know. It's sort of like that sort of situation. Like where are the receipts that this stuff you're claiming actually happened? But the law lady,
BJC Live Show.
Yeah, BJC Live Show. She said she was going to file FOIA requests and to get all the information on anything that was called for out to Dan McNeff's house. So I guess we'll find out. There's a lot of people digging into this in like the Facebook group, subreddits, YouTube. It's like when the internet starts doing the investigating, stuff's going to come out.
Yes.
So be ready. There's no hiding it out there. So
well, and I think not that I want his window to be shot out, so let me be clear about that, right? But I think the window, what damage that did or didn't happen to the window to me is the least important part of that statement.
Yes.
Right? Because yes, Reckless Ben has brought it to light, and if it wasn't for that, none of this would be known, and he wouldn't be under threat, real or otherwise, right? But the problem isn't Reckless Ben, right? The problem is the actions that happened in the first place that caused Reckless Ben to do the investigating, right? Yep. So if his sons had just done the right thing from the very beginning, when they seized the store and they found out that this agreement existed, whether they believed it should have existed or not, put it all to the side, give the guy back his Lego or pay him out and move on, right? Exactly. If that had happened, he wouldn't have been in fear for nothing, right?
Right.
We wouldn't even be here having any of these conversations.
Well,
So
well,
I-
it shows that they never cared about their franchisees in the first place because they keep making that claim, and they're like, but there shouldn't be any harassment. I'm like, well, because of everything you guys have done, that's why there's all this backlash. Like, there wouldn't be a Reckless Ben video, there wouldn't be any of this, and Bricks and Minifigs would be continuing as it was before, and you would have kept it in house. But even after all the backlash, even after the videos came out, like, you guys didn't assess the situation, be like, hey, like, we're losing money. We obviously have less money coming in from royalties than before. Like, we got to do something right now to really fix this entire situation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, they just doubled down, tripled down, kept going.
Even the
made it
even
worse.
the report, the guide that they sent all of the franchises that said, here's how you deal with somebody coming into your store about this Bricks and Minifig situation, about this controversy. If they're wanting to talk to you about Reckless Ben, even the responses that they came up with was kind of slimy, if you know what I mean. Like Relic, we know you well enough to know this. You're a good enough man to be able to look somebody in the eye and be honest with them and tell them the truth and be straight up with them. A lot of those responses weren't that way. Now, is the dad right in saying that there are a lot of good people that are running these stores and these people have been hurt by Reckless Ben in this situation? Yeah, they've been hurt, but it wasn't by Reckless Ben. It was about the shady practices of the CEOs that have been exposed by Reckless Ben.
Yeah.
That's what hurt them.
Yeah, that's like walking into somebody's house that's not there with a flashlight and shining a light in there.
Is
on a
this
bunch of-
analogy going to include crap?
No.
Okay.
Walking in somebody's house with a flashlight and shining a flashlight, exposing all the cockroaches in there, and then them blaming you for the cockroaches.
All right.
Hey, I just shined the light on it, retards.
Well, it's like
I didn't bring the roaches.
You remember? I think it was like Joe Rogan had some backlash a few years ago because somebody who was a fan of Joe Rogan did something terrible, and then they were like, "Oh, it's because of Joe Rogan." Like, you can't take responsibility for what your fans do, especially when you didn't call to action for anything, right? Like, a lot of these people's reactions that are harassing other store owners, like, they're not doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, Reckless Ben never intended for that to happen. So some people, unfortunately, they take it as like, oh, because I'm pissed off and I support this guy, I'm going to go do something crazy. But that's that one individual's action, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
100% agree. And just real quick, so I saw somebody in the chat say there's a Facebook group. Yes. So this is the Bricks and Minifigs Facebook group. We steal from old people that now has more subscribers than the actual Bricks and Minifigs Facebook group.
Go join the group, guys.
Yeah, 10.7 thousand people in there right now. They post tons of updates. I've seen tons of people posting our videos in this group here. So yeah, they do. There is a Facebook group for this whole thing, and that's it right there. If you guys want to screenshot it or go look it up if you got Facebook.
Very good. Okay, so back to the comment. What the dad should have said. The first couple sentences are great. 6 years ago, I was the CEO. My sons illegally removed me from that position and sued me for control of another company I founded. I've not had anything to do with Bricks and Minifigs since then. And then, after that, he should talk about the good people that he knows that are running those franchises. And he should say no ill will should be directed towards them. If you have a problem, it's with corporate decisions. My sons have and a couple of owners named Josh and Brandon they've got to rectify the situation. If there's a problem, the problem is there. So please be kind to the other stores, the other people that are working there, and all this. That's what the dad should say, but the dad doesn't go that route. The dad takes a good statement in the beginning and he throws stones at his sons, and then he turns it around to attack Reckless Ben. and say who's going to investigate Reckless Ben. He's done all this damage to these nice people. Actually, it's your sons doing the damage and the owners, Brandon and Josh, that are doing the damage.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yeah, and I know Relic had mentioned that. I guess Eamon or Matt had mentioned some of the dealings with their dad, some personal stuff, and I was curious your thoughts on everything because you were told kind of about their father from them directly. What do you make of this statement by him?
Well, the first thing that popped into my head was when he said like they removed me illegally. That just tells me that Matt and Eamon have done illegal things and they still won in court. So that's what the scary thing is about it,
It's a good point. That's a good point.
And again, this is another McNeff. Like, who knows if what he's saying is true? He know like how much can we trust his word, right? So when I was communicating with Eamon and Matt to be part of Bricks and Minifigs, like I went and did my due diligence, and I went to talk to other people as well outside of their family that knew them personally and things like that. And like a lot of the stuff were confirmed, even people who actually were friends with this Dan McNeff. And they were like, yeah, like he unfortunately did some things, but he's still a good guy. He wasn't faithful to his wife, but they were having marital problems and stuff. I was like, all right, like this is what I heard. I can't confirm everything on paper. What happened between all that?
This is just what was told to you.
Yeah. And so then I was like, and then they kind of created like I felt like some sympathy for Matt and Eamon at the time, because I'm like, oh shoot, like your dad was your hero, and then this happened. But now, like after everything that's happened the past few years, how much can we really believe what any of them are saying? You know what I mean? Like that's why we're all questioning. Like, hey, is there actually damage to the window? Is there receipts to all this? And then it kind of felt like he was also defending their son's actions. Like they did this illegally to me, but now they're doing everything legally to Ben. Like that's what it kind of felt like, this statement. I don't know. Maybe am I wrong here? Like,
no.
That's weird. The statement is weird, right? I mean, there isn't anything on Coach's point, just the way it's all strung together. But I also took away from it. And again, I know they have had a strained relationship, and he made it a point to say that they had illegally seized things from him, and however that all went down. But he is kind of defending them here, right? He's not. This would have been the perfect time for him to say, "Yeah, He
did both. He attacked them. He revealed the truth about what they did to him that was crappy, but then he's attacking Ben, so that is helping his sons.
That's right.
Go ahead, Richmond.
You're saying exactly where I was going, right? This would have been
I'll be right back, guys.
All right. This would have been the perfect opportunity for him just to say, you know what, my son shouldn't have acted this way. If I was still CEO, things would have been different. And maybe he can't say any of those things because of the whole litigation that's in process or whatever, and he's partially gagged, to really speak on it directly, and so that's why he took this route. But on Relic's point, maybe they're all in cahoots, right? Maybe this is just one elaborate scheme for the whole family to get as much money as they can from this and all collectively move on together. You don't know. You really just don't know what's going on behind the scenes there in that family.
Yeah, and like it's okay to have your reservations on like, oh, I see why some tactics Reckless Ben used are not like, I wouldn't like to use those tactics. Like that's fine. Like everybody has their opinion, right? But regardless, he used tactics and they worked. But what he's doing is like he's not just criticizing Ben, he's blaming Ben for the actions of others of harassment and stuff like that.
That's right.
And he's saying that it is because of Ben only.
Yeah, when has Ben said go throw a rock through their window?
Ben
or
actually
like
put out, I think it was on the H3 podcast. Like he also put out a video and said like, this hurts our cause. Like if you harass other Bricks and Minifigs owners,
he's right.
That's not what we want. It's like we want you to focus on these guys. These guys, like the corporation and the Salem, Oregon location, like and Brian's story. Like, this is what the focus needs to be on. And I've been trying my best to do that. Like, I've gotten my share of criticisms, like, oh, you just wanted your 15 minutes of fame or whatever. They're like, I've gotten some pretty interesting messages, but like, I'm like, whenever I talk about bricks and minifigs, I try to always bring it back to, hey, what's up, to like Brian and Ben's situation, because I have like a very soft spot in my heart for like what's going on with them. Like, I can't imagine not knowing if I'm gonna go to jail for 20 years or not. You know, because regardless of what we think, oh yeah, they're definitely gonna win, that this is the truth, all this stuff. Right now, we just got confirmation that they won a case that they created illegally against their own father.
Bro,
and
being a law, that's why being a lawyer is not easy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go into court and be a lawyer. It does not matter how bright or how smart I am. If a seasoned, practiced lawyer professional is going to know all the tricks, all the loopholes, all the shortcuts, and I'm not going to know those. And AI can't help me with all that. You know, you need somebody that has a profession, you know, that knows what they're doing. I am very glad to see that Ben Schneider has gotten legal counsel. That gives me a lot more hope, because he should win. Now, if anybody's smart enough to go in there and win a court case without a lawyer, it probably is him, dude. Like, with all the evidence that he's gotten, you know, if the judge isn't corrupt, if he gets a fair shake, he's got a chance to win. But let's not take chances. Let's take the best chance possible, and that's with a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, that's why lawyers exist, right? They're specialists in this kind of thing, and just like Relic is saying, and of course, the father might have felt it was illegal. You know, the father is parenthetically saying that they illegally took the store. Well, obviously, the law disagreed with him, right? So again, there is some interpretation there of what he felt like was legal versus illegal. But putting that to the side, that's why you hire a good lawyer, right? That's what they're there to do. And this is why I said, I think the last time we were talking on this, it makes me real nervous, because we know with the right kind of lawyer, even the most crooked people can get by, right? They can get findings in their favor. And that just takes this whole thing and just puts it in the absolute wrong direction for again, if we think, what were we trying to do here from the beginning, is get justice for the people that were really wronged. And that's getting the Lego back at this point is never going to happen, right? But getting some restitution for what the fair value is of what we believe, you know, they should be getting is the best outcome here for that part of it. So I guess we'll see.
Right.
Also,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
You're good. No, you got it. I was about to switch gears, so go ahead.
Just going back to what you said, Risman, before, like with the brand being completely damaged and all that. The past few days, I've been very skeptical on that. Mainly because I was like, well, some of the messages I've been getting, or comments, or people I talk to on a regular basis, you know, and it's not just about like people that are uninformed. There are people who truly are on the side of bricks and minifigs, as insane as it is. With all the evidence that's out there, they've watched the videos, and like I've gotten some messages saying like, how could you betray bricks and minifigs? You know who they are. You know that all this stuff is fake, blah blah blah. I'm like, I just told you what happened to me too. Like, what do you mean? And then like, oh, every story is the most important story, blah blah blah, and like, if they did this to you, that means everybody was innocent before. I'm like, no, that's also not the case. Like, there are gonna be people who are diehard fans. Like, yeah, we've seen it with in the media, Disney, Star Wars, and things like that. You know that it doesn't. They will just blindside themselves and just put on their blinders and not be able to see all the crap that Disney's been feeding us and destroying, and then they're still gonna stay fans. There's just those people out there. So I think there are people that are still like, bricks and minifigs can do no wrong. That's how they think.
I'm sure that's for multiple reasons. I sure on the front end, people are like, they're such big fans of that store and Lego that store can do no wrong. They love that store. Some of those people probably are people that work there or are friends with owners, or they very well could be owners themselves. saying things like that. It could be the CEO or the COO, for all we know, making those comments in a shadow
It's
account.
possible, yeah.
But other people, like Reckless Ben, he's a very successful content creator. And anytime you're getting a story that takes over pop culture entertainment like this is something that's really big going on for the past month, there are going to be other people casually behind keyboards who hate the attention and the success that Ben is getting. If we make a video and get like 50,000 views on it, we're going to have people sending us emails and comments saying they can't believe that we had this take. What a betrayal. We're not real Star Wars fans, or we're not real whatever. Like, it happens.
Nothing new there, Coach.
It
Nothing.
happens all the time. And the truth be told, those people, for the most part, they're either jealous, they're just unhappy people looking to attack others for any reason that they can at all. So you just got to take that stuff with a grain of salt. None of that's just noise that does not matter.
Yeah. Even in the Star Wars fandom, we get it from both sides. We're
black pills and we're shills.
Yeah, we're black pills, shills, fence riders. Like we are every part of the spectrum when it comes to Disney Star Wars stuff, which is pretty funny. Mainly a lot of that stuff comes from people that just don't watch our channel very often,
and they don't know a thing about us,
or take stuff that we say out of context, or something like that. So
yeah.
Well, and also part of the reason why I do think there's been some significant brand damage here is this. This story, this story has now transited out of just the social media bubble. Right. There are terrestrial news stories, and
Fox News has covered it.
Everyone's covering it. I even contacted my buddy and said, hey, have you heard about this? And he's like, yeah, they really shit the bed on that one. Right. What is that corporation thinking? They should have just made this right. So, I mean, it's gotten to people in my circle who I know are not online, who are not, you know what I mean? They don't know who Reckless Ben is. They don't know any of the rest of that really. But what they do know is they shop at a Bricks and Minifig store here locally. Yeah. And the company is in the news. And I don't think people don't really ever differentiate franchisees and the franchisor and corporate. People just see what's in their community. And in some ways that might save them because they have a good relationship with the store owners and they like that it's in their community and they can continue to do business. But at the same token, they're not differentiating. They just know Bricks and Minifigs is in the news for bad reasons. And they know there's one down the street and they think to themselves, maybe I shouldn't shop there anymore.
Yeah. Right. That's so funny you say that. I didn't tell any of you guys this. I can't believe that I didn't tell you on the phone.
I think you might have told me if it's what I think you're about to say.
I didn't.
Okay.
So my wife and I went on a date yesterday afternoon, early last night. We're at Bridge Street in Huntsville, Alabama, and super nice stores. It's a great location, awesome places to eat, and it's kind of an upper scale, huge strip mall, but there's stores everywhere. So, anyways, it's really, really awesome. Well, they have a Lego store, and when I first walked by the Lego store, they had an employee outside the door not letting people in because they were at capacity.
Wow.
So they were having to let other people, and nothing was special was going on.
Yeah,
there were that many people in the Lego store. Okay?
Yeah, it's weird.
So I'm like, I'm not about to wait in line. I'm just going to go look at dresses with my wife, and so I'm walking around and she's like, how was the Lego store? And I said, I didn't go in. They had like a quota and they're not letting people in until a spot opens up. She said, well, the line's gone. Let's go. And I was like, it's okay. And she said, you have not been in the store. Let's go. And I go, all right. So we walk in there, and side story, we are looking for the Legend of Zelda Deku tree.
Yeah.
It was just retired a couple days ago.
Oh,
so they did not have it. My daughter wants it, so we were going to get it for her, but oh well, I'll look somewhere else. While we were looking for the Legend of Zelda Deku tree, a store associate walks up, starts talking to us, says, "Oh, I like your dress, ma'am," talking about my wife's dress. And I looked at the employee and I gave him a fist bump and I said, "Brick by brick." and they looked at me and they said, "Huh?" And I was a little surprised because they had no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm standing inside a Lego.
Yeah.
And I said, Reckless Ben and the Bricks and Minifigs controversy, and he starts laughing and he goes, he said, "I know about that, but I do not pay attention to that. I don't keep up with that at all." And I was like, "Oh man, everybody else in the world is," and we just kind of laughed, and that was it. But like people there, not even keeping up with it, or they don't want to come out and say what they really think, and it be on camera.
Well, one thing about that interaction is that tells you that their store employees certainly weren't coached to respond. No pun intended.
No,
Weren't
they were
coached
not.
to respond
That's
to
funny.
one way
Was
or
it
the
a Bricks
other.
and Minifigs?
No, it's a
No,
Lego.
this is a Lego, Brandon. He was in the Lego
there's
store.
an
He was in a
actual
real
Lego
Lego
store.
store. It just tells you that those Lego isn't like pushing down messaging to any of their employees saying, "Stay out of this" or whatever. So again, I think this just goes back to, oh, that's a good looking avatar. Just goes back to,
Yes, it is.
Just goes back to them really, just not involving themselves here in this. And so again, I hope that for people who have established Bricks and Minifigs in their community where they are used to going to shop, and again, they have local store owners and community built around that, I hope they continue to frequent those establishments, and because those people are trying to make a living also and truly had nothing to do with this. Yeah. All I'm saying is I don't think there'll be the next person beating down the door of No Bricks and Minifigs corporate saying, "Hey, I want to become your newest franchisee."
I wonder how many franchisees applications they've gotten in the last month.
I wonder how many have been retracted.
Oh, really?
I want to know how many have been retracted. Like,
oh, you want to know how many have been retracted? Oh,
because it's like, so every 2 weeks they have what they call discovery days, which is like people who file like interest into the Bricks and Minifigs franchise. They've done like probably some Zoom calls with other employees in corporate. Then there's what we call discovery days, or what they call discovery days, and then you fly out to Utah to meet Amin and Matt and a bunch of other in the team of corporate, and then you like do like a 3-day tour of the stores and stuff like that. So I want to know how much they have had to cancel, and how many people actually like, I'm no longer interested in opening a franchise.
Yeah.
The question on chances of the DA in Utah dropping the cases, I don't think that's going to happen, at least not until discovery happens. Now, once discovery happens and the DA or the prosecuting attorney looks into this a little bit further, they might see something and be like, "Ugh, this really isn't adding up here. I don't think we're going to pursue this." That would be the time that it could get dropped, and that's a possibility, but I think it's a slim chance.
Yeah. So we got some really good super chat messages that we want to hit real quick. For those of you who are just joining us, we got 400 strong in the live stream right now. Got 4 ways real quick you can support us here on the channel. You can become a channel member. We actually just had somebody do that just a moment ago. PT Ever, or I'm not really sure how to say it. PHT Ever has joined us. Yeah, maybe. Let us know how you say that. But thank you, bro, for becoming a channel member. I love the Mario dinosaur Rex head.
T-Rex.
So thank you, sir.
T-Rex
Welcome
Mario.
aboard Echo Base Network. We also have a couple other ways you can join us over on Patreon. You can send in a super chat. We got more super chats to hit. And the most important thing, just being here, we greatly appreciate that.
And smashing that like button, guys.
Yeah, hit that too. All right. So Demos74DXS with a $10 super chat. We should put together a special purpose acquisition company with the intent of gathering investors from the public and taking BAM public after we install Last Relic to get everything ready for IPO. Holy crap.
Hey, sign me up. Sign me up.
You talking about making major waves right there. Take their company from them.
Yeah.
That makes me think of like Batman Begins.
Yeah.
When the company goes public and they took it away from...
Yeah, it's like, well, I own most of the shares.
From Bruce. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that movie, Michael J. Fox, The Secret to My Success?
I do.
Yeah, remember at the end when they
That's the
walk
one that goes,
into the
"Bo,
boardroom
bo."
and- yeah, we're buying you out, you know.
Yeah.
And then what was the guy's Richard or Harold or somebody,
know.
whatever his name was. They basically fired him right there in the boardroom. Great movie if you guys haven't seen Michael J. Fox and The Secret to My Success.
Awesome. It's Stever with a PH?
Stever with the PH. I'm still not sure I understand what that means. So do you pronounce it as Stever? Maybe that's what they're saying. You pronounce it as Stever.
He is Stever.
Yeah.
I'm working on some hats for y'all. That's right. The hats.
Yeah,
Heck yeah. Heck
But how does PH make an S sound?
I don't know. That's the part of it that
I don't know.
That's the part of it that
Make sure that Nick's says bricks and mini dicks, and mine says we do things differently here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Would you wear it, Nick? Would you wear it?
Hell no. But make sure that you put a picture of Coach's bald head from our previous thumbnail and put Professor X on the back.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Make
Whatever.
that one hit.
Okay, all right. I'm an easy target. So, anyways, Demos, thank you very much for that very well thought out super chat that probably scares the crap out of Bam if they read it. You know, because that's some pretty good thinking right there, bro.
Hey, we might have to call Elon and get Elon. Involved.
He's got $1 trillion.
What if they
He's
completely lost the
trillionaire
company?
now. He can afford it.
Yeah,
Like that could happen.
yeah.
That's crazy. So again, Demos, thank you very much. And then we got Cody Eischoltz with another $100 super chat.
Hell, to
They have been caught in so many lies. There is no debate that they're all scumbags. You know what?
100%.
I totally agree. Not only have they been caught in so many lies, the police have been caught in as just as many lies, if not more.
Yeah, that American Fork Police Department is trash.
Now, why would they be lying so much and going at the lengths that they're going to redact all of the public information that's not protecting like a child or somebody that has nothing to do with any of this?
Yeah.
There's no reason to get rid of the audio and some video footage that they have chosen to do away with, because it makes them appear like they're doing things corruptly.
Yeah.
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 There's a lot of deception involved. There's a lot of lies involved. There's a lot of breaking. That car stopped at the stop sign.
100%. Yeah.
Definitely stopped.
And if you look online, I have been seeing tons of videos about the American Fork Police Department and recorded stops that they have made on other people. So this is like a track record for them. Like this reckless Bend thing. This isn't just like a one-time thing with them. There's specific officers that have shown up in several videos that I've seen that was involved in this whole reckless Bend thing, and like those people need to be fired immediately. I don't know who's running that town over there, but I know that police department pretty much had to take their phone off the hook because they've been getting blown up by people all over the country.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you. Rispin, Relic, any thoughts there?
Well, I also wonder, because they've been doubling down, tripling down, and like they completely stopped making statements, right? But I wonder if they're trying to like if they win this RICO case, like for some reason they're gonna be get an increase in pay or something in their police department. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like what other corrupt things have been doing, and who else are they working with? Because it doesn't make sense just to like partner up with a Lego company.
Yeah.
To take somebody down, like.
Well, one thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. I don't think what we were experiencing was isolated behavior, right? The fact that other people have confirmed that it's a pattern of behavior doesn't surprise me a bit, because just the interactions that we saw highlighted here, redacted or otherwise, it was they had a very comfortable way of interacting. Like you could tell this wasn't the first time, that they've been called out to handle, something in a particular way or to bend the law in a particular way to handle these sorts of things. So my only thought was, well, they're going to try and hide whatever they can because they don't want people coming after them and trying to see and figuring out that this is a pattern and all that kind of stuff, because then the gig is really up. So I think that's why quiet speaking boss man never came back again. And, they just thought they were going to wave a magic wand and it was going to go away. And when it hasn't, I think they're just trying now to minimize the collateral damage as best they can.
Look, I don't know. This, I don't want to say anything that's going to get, anybody knocking on my door, but it stands to reason that based on the evidence that we've seen that Reckless Ben has released, especially with the body cam footage and the things that the police department chose to redact versus the things that they actually said where we were able to hear them, it stands to reason that there is some type of relationship between BAM and the police department. And if the city council doesn't do anything, then there's a relationship there as well. Now, how far that relationship goes, who knows? But I will tell you this. They have, like if the police department, this is hypothetically, if the police department is using their authority to make things difficult for Ben and his team, and this lawsuit comes out, Ben has been silenced. Ben is a victim of police officers not following the only law that they promised to uphold. And if the company, if corporate wins this case against Ben, this is extortion. This is extortion by the police on Ben. Yeah. You can't be using your authority and get any type of financial gain. Now, obviously, it's only extortion if they get some type of bribe. Right. If they get some type of payoff. If the McNiff brothers win millions of dollars in this case and they're going to go give the police officers a hand full of money, that's extortion.
Yeah.
So definitely going to be interesting. Any thoughts there?
Well, I wanted to ask you, Coach, so your father was a police officer, right?
27 years. And my mother was a dispatcher for the state troopers. She wasn't a police officer, but she worked for them.
So if, let's say you're a neighboring police department from another city and you hear rumors about, one police department being extremely corrupt or you can't trust them, and can other police departments do anything about that, like make reports or?
No.
No.
The only thing.
So what do you do if you know about or hear rumors about corruption from another police department while you're also a police officer in a different department?
Well, if it's like a city, if one city police department hears of some shenanigans going on with another police department, the first order of business would be to make a report with internal affairs with that police department, with the one that is corrupt. If nothing happens from there, then you're going to have to take it to the Capitol. You're going to have to take it to the governor. There's going to have to be a government investigation. You're going to have to.
Would that be public information if that has happened before in the past?
100%.
Oh, I'm sure it probably has. Yeah. Probably a lot.
You could probably
you would have to file. You would have to file
the
a grievance. And you're going to get a phone call, and you're going to have to show the evidence, and they will investigate. And here's the thing: the governor and the state has the ability to shut that precinct down. So or replace them all. So that could happen. So we'll interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, the FBI could potentially step in. I don't see the FBI getting involved in this personally.
Well, if it's a RICO, isn't it automatically the FBI is aware of it or at least involved?
Yeah. If that happens, then in that case, they'll be doing their own investigation.
Because I figured if they're investigating the RICO case, they're probably also investigating the police officers at American Fork. and
Yeah.
see if they did everything. What's it called, to the letter or whatever.
Yep, to letter of law.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they 100% violated Reckless Ben's rights.
Yeah.
Reckless Ben 1,000% can file a civil lawsuit against that police department.
They clearly
and he'll
stopped at
win.
the stop sign. There was no reason for the police department to come up to the car on 4 different occasions in a small window. There was no reason to put Ben in handcuffs when he's the one that called the police, and they automatically take the side of the local residents there, the business owners, automatically, without question.
And on top of that, that police officer found out that those court documents were real and that there was actually a case.
Yep.
And he still did not give them to Joshua Johnson when he knew that they were there to serve those court papers that were legit. When Josh was sitting there telling him that a gazillion, bazillion, trillion % that it was all fake, and that the woman in the car with Ben was a fake processor, and that they needed to arrest her. And then the other guy who was on the phone, which I think was Eamon, I'm not 100% sure.
It was.
I can't. Yeah. Was sitting there telling the cops, there's got to be a way to arrest these guys. You can't just let them go, and just saying all this stuff. And they're presenting no evidence. It's literally hearsay. The police cannot arrest you on hearsay. There has to be evidence that they can take to court that the police see to make an arrest. Yeah, I couldn't just go say, hey, I saw Risman, freaking flashing his neighbor, out in the street, and then they just say, hey, well, he said you did it, so we're going to arrest you and we'll figure it out in court.
One
it doesn't
interesting
work that
thing
way.
about that,
I'd
is
believe that.
Joshua Johnson on his doorstep was telling that police officer over and over and over again, it's against the law to impersonate a process server. He's right. It is against the law to impersonate a process server. But you had no evidence. You just said you didn't even look and see who it was.
Yeah, and she actually was.
Didn't they check her ID to see if she actually was a
She
processor?
did. They asked for her ID. We didn't see it on camera, but they asked for her ID, and she's like, "Yep." And you just assume she gave it to him.
Well, but the checking of the ID was to validate the age requirement, right? And again, this is where Reckless Ben living up to his name a little bit too much, right? Because he knew that basically anyone could be a process server if you met certain criteria. He didn't. If he had just gone and gotten someone whose business was actually as
give them a pair of
server.
spyglasses and let them go.
Yeah.
You know what
But
I
that's
mean?
not what happened.
No.
So, and the police officer had a problem with Ben being in the car, but that ain't against the law.
No.
So, but for the police to allow him to refuse being served papers by an official process server, the judge needs to take that into account. He was being served papers, and he's sitting there lying to the police, saying those are fake papers, and she's impersonating a process server. That's slander, first of all. And he's wrong. He's wrong on both of those cases. She wasn't impersonating, and those were real papers of service.
And he called and found out and confirmed it.
And then not only that,
and then they arrested Ben.
And then through that conversation, Josh actually says, this is after the cop found out they were real. Josh actually says, well, can I just have a look? And the cop says,
no, he didn't say that. He said, can I have a little look?
Yeah.
Can
the cop
like all
says,
sneaky.
Can I peek
Yeah,
at
and
it?
The cop says, like, well, that's going to create a problem for us.
Yeah, if I do that, it's going to create a problem for you. You really don't want to do that. So then he's impeding the actual. The whole thing
he's helping out Josh to not get in trouble.
That cop was obstructing.
Yes, he was.
He should be arrested for
justice.
obstruction.
Yep.
So I'm
Are
kind of
you
like,
watching that Utah cop or Oregon cop? Are you?
That
Are you?
was Utah?
It is
was
Utah.
Utah, yeah.
Are you watching?
Yeah.
Like, my dad was a police officer for 27 years, and his pinky was better than you.
Yeah.
Awful.
At that point, the cop should have just handed him the papers and said, "I'm out of this." Right? Well, you've got the papers now. If you want me to go after them for harassment or whatever, I'm not saying that this is wait, it's still right, but let's talk about something else. But here, take the paper.
You
right?
know who Ben needs to go to? You know who we need to see get involved?
Judge Judy.
Sean Reyes.
Oh yeah, Sean Reyes from
who's
First
Sean
Amendment
Reyes?
auditor.
yeah, yeah. He's I watch
I'm not
him all the
familiar with
time.
this.
He'd tear them a new asshole, son.
Yeah,
Like it would be over.
yeah. What's his channel name?
First
Long
Amendment
Island
auditor.
Audit. Long Island
Long
Audit.
Island audit. That's
Yep,
who we
Long
need,
Island
baby.
Audit. Yeah.
Send Sean. Let's go.
Yeah, he was at.
Man.
Did you see the one that he did in Decatur, Alabama, to the Decatur Police Department? Dude, you got to pull it up. It's hilarious.
All right.
I'm like, I've been there before. I've been in that jail.
Yes,
Oh,
you
no.
have.
Oh no.
It sucked. Only overnight, though. Only overnight.
Oh man. All right.
No.
Stever says there's a meme where a guy orders a coffee, says his name is Steven with a PH, and the cup comes back with PHT even. Got it. Steven.
Okay.
Got it. I know what you're talking about now.
Okay.
That was a very advanced name creation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
apologize.
Us dumb Alabama people
Yeah.
wouldn't have caught up.
We get it
with
now.
that.
We get it.
We're
Very
not
good,
into the
Steven.
meme
Appreciate
culture.
you,
We're
bro.
not into the meme culture on this channel. Right? So-
Flintstone. Josh is a partner in law firm. Yeah, so that's something else that was exposed by the same person, the BJC channel. She basically said he's impersonating being a lawyer.
Yeah.
If I were just a regular person in the public seeking legal counsel and I saw their advertisement, he on the legal site, he is seen as legal partner or law firm partner. And then when you read his bio, he pursued a law degree.
Didn't
Doesn't
graduate.
say where he
Yeah.
got it because he never did.
Never finished.
Yeah.
Never finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's
And-
talking with the police officer like he has some type of authority. And here's the thing. You're just a lawyer. You're not in court, and you have no authority over a police officer. Police officers shouldn't allow a lawyer to talk to them like, police officers should know the law too. They have to enforce it. So, I don't know. A lot of unprofessionalism. Everything that Joshua Johnson guy touches, it looks bad. It looks really bad. He's not a lawyer, but he tries to talk and act like one. And shame on the police officer for allowing that guy to sit there and say, those are fake papers. I'm not accepting them. And he needs to pay for that. He refused to accept papers when he was sitting outside in his driveway and could have taken them. They requested. The police officer should have said, you got to take them. Like, here you go, or whatever. So he should have to pay for that.
Yeah. And just for everybody in chat, we've mentioned her channel multiple times in this stream, but this is her channel, the BJC live show. She's a law tuber. She is an actual lawyer. So she does a lot of investigation into this, and she makes some good content. She's got some good stuff out there. So if you guys want to check her out, that's
She does really good stuff. All right, up next we got. Don't forget, Josh kept mentioning LDS high counsel positions as trying to get AFPD to file specific charges, which they eventually did for them. And look,
yeah, true.
Like, there's speculation that they're all members of the same church. So maybe that's why they're in cahoots with each other.
Yeah, they might all know each other and be friends. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. I think it's much more likely that the police officers are getting some type of hand-me-down, some type of they're getting their hands dirty. In other words,
it's possible.
And it is something common in Utah when a member like says like their calling or things that they've been a part of to some authoritative entity like a police officer, because usually everybody knows the church and understands, like, if you, let's say you're a bishop at a church and you say, yeah, I'm a bishop, then it's almost like that person, as soon as they find out you're a bishop, they're like, oh, that, like, they're not going to just call anybody to be in that position to help out an entire church congregation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think what he was doing is trying to utilize his calling and being like, I have this calling, and then the police officer could be like, oh, then I can trust you a little bit more. Like when I was in the Boy Scouts, that was one of the things that even the Boy Scouts taught us was like, hey, when you're like get in trouble and it really wasn't your fault, Like when you say I'm a Boy Scout and you can recite the code, and or whatever, it's been a long time, whatever it was, then they kind of tend to trust you more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they believe, oh, this guy was in the Boy Scouts. Like, not everybody becomes an Eagle
right.
Scout. Not everybody, So I think that might be possible.
So as somebody who belongs to the Mormon Church yourself, Relic, like, what does it make you think about Josh and Brandon being members of the same church and saying the things and doing the things and behaving the way, and the CEOs as well? Like, how do you think the church looks at that?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious because they're not doing anything that the church teaches. They're not doing anything that I think even regular people understand from the Mormon church. Like, you might not agree with the teachings, but you understand that people from the church are, hey, they're usually supposed to be honest. They're supposed to be, they follow the 10 Commandments. They believe in Jesus Christ. They believe in the Old and New Testament. Like, the things that you would know as a Christian is what you would understand the Mormons to believe and act like. So, to me personally, it pisses me off that they're trying to use the name of the church to clear themselves. But it's not uncommon in any organization to be friends with people within and use that organization to like create relationships, and some of them might be scummy. And I think
let's
said
just
it
be
here.
honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to church for that very reason.
Yeah.
Like people will go to the biggest church in a city because they just want to be a part of that church and be seen, so they can shake hands and be buddies with other people that of high position within a society.
It's almost like a virtue signaling. It's like, I'm just going just to be like, hey, look at me, I'm a good person.
I can name a few people that Nick would actually know that I speculated that's why they went to my church several years ago. And I'm not a Mormon, I'm a Southern Baptist. But I had a pretty good feeling why a couple people that Nick and I both know went to my church. Yeah. Because when they walked out of the building, they didn't act anything like what was being taught.
Yeah, like that's something my parents taught me, because even as a kid, like I would see them like, Mom, Dad, like I don't understand. How can they, be doing the things in church and then they're not doing the things outside of church? It's like some people are just holy on Sundays and just for that hour period they're at church, and that's it.
That's right. That's right.
So some people just go on Easter Sunday once a year.
Or Christmas.
Or Christmas, yeah.
Andrew Lipinski with a $2 super chat. The Muppets pirate logo set behind Ammon looks bad.
It didn't look good, did it? I kept looking.
And I like
a Lego
the Muppets,
set?
man. I can't stand that guy has anything Muppets behind him. Like
Kermit didn't even look good in that. It must have been a mock. It wasn't a real set. Kermit didn't even look good. I was like,
so it wasn't a real set?
No, it was a mock. I don't know.
It was probably
Well, just be glad it wasn't no Fraggle Rock or anything.
Why is that?
Coach loves him some.
I love
some
Fraggle Rock, dude. No, well, not new Fraggle Rock, to be fair. But
old school, 80s.
The old. Yeah, that's good stuff. Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate that, man. We'll, I noticed that set. Very interesting. Knee pain. I left the church because of hypocrisy, but to only later distance myself from atheist for the exact same reason. Good to see you, my brother, Knee pain. That's one of our good friends right there, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ex-Lucasfilm employee.
Yep. He is
Which,
that.
if you guys haven't seen our interview with him, you can see that on our channel as well.
Is that the
Go
one
ahead,
that you unlisted?
So there's one we unlisted.
That wasn't an interview with him. That was covering his video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's covering his video, which as soon as he gives us the go-ahead to relist it, we'll relist it. But yeah, there's another one that we did with Knee Pain. And he actually was on another recent video of us covering the AI Star Wars fan films.
Chowing on dinner and vibing to Bam's downfall.
Yeah. Hell to you, good sir.
Sydney says it is a mock.
Yeah.
I don't think Lego's made any official Muppet sets, have they? Not that
They
I
have.
can. Not that I. They have they? Okay, it must have been a minute.
Well,
'cause
actually,
not that I-
actually, maybe it wasn't sets. They definitely did the series.
Minifigs. They've
Muppets.
done CMFs,
Yeah.
right? But I don't think they've had any.
Yeah,
Maybe they have.
I was thinking Sesame Street.
Bro,
Oh, Sesame
Yeah.
Street. Yes.
Yeah.
can you imagine how funny a South Park episode would be?
Oh my
would be
God, that
awesome.
would blow up.
Yeah.
That would blow up.
I think that would be the end of Bricks and Minifigs. Like,
Yeah.
that completely.
South Park gonna do a 3-part movie.
You know what? I'm going on Twitter right now and I'm tweeting them. Guys, you got to do a South Park episode. I'm doing it right now, live while we are on stream. Which, if you guys are on Twitter, if you guys have not followed us on Twitter, you guys can find us on there at EBN_79.
I hate Twitter so much.
_79. Yeah,
Hate
a lot
it.
of people do.
The Airbnb owner and cops were friends. There was collusion there, yes. Proving there was collusion is a different matter. So they're saying that they heard the Airbnb owners saying that they overheard Reckless Ben making some comments about violence or threats of violence. But there was no evidence at all. No footage, no audio, no video. I haven't seen a thing. All of that was just hearsay and allegations.
Well, and that's one of the things that been bothering me the most is like the courts and the police listen to all this stuff, and the only person that's provided evidence on what people have been saying has been Reckless Ben. There's not one shred of video footage of recordings of the claims that Bricks and Minifigs is making. Like, there's none. They just said like, oh yeah, he did this, and then that's it.
Right. We have a $2 super chat from our friend Zombie Box Reviews, who sends in a super sticker. It's the little fox raising its finger, number 1. Thank you very much, Zombie Box. We appreciate you, brother. And then Rubate with a $2 super chat. How long potentially can the McNeff silence been until the trial is over?
Until the judge.
Well, there's the hearing.
Yeah.
Because the reason for a gag order is because the judge has heard one side, and now they have to wait to hear the other side. So if he wins the hearing, I believe the gag order will be lifted, and
That'd be
then he
great.
could release part 3. And then they would have to, and again, I'm not a lawyer, but from what I hear, then they would have to put another reason why they would want a gag order.
So,
So, yeah.
I just had a thought. We need to, bro. I've got an idea.
What?
I probably shouldn't say it on this live stream with 500 people watching and all the
don't
people
say
that
it.
watch
Then don't say
Yeah,
it.
we'll
Do
talk,
it.
We'll talk about it after stream, and then we'll surprise everybody with what it was later.
I got something cooking, guys, that we can I'll just put it in private chat. I'll just let y'all react to it, and the chat will kind of be teased.
It's possible. It wouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably could. Yeah, we probably could dig.
Don't you think
dig
that's a
into
good
that.
idea?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, chat, we got something cooking.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Trust me.
If we
All
can make
right.
it happen.
So thank you very much, Rubate, for that $2 super chat. And then Apollo the Derg says, hey, at the Last Relic, what do you think of the South Park Mormon episode? I'm ex-Mormon, but I found it to be hilarious.
It is hilarious.
I've not seen that
Like-
episode.
I haven't.
Oh,
either.
there's a few that they put in Mormon stuff, but it is really funny.
The
Yeah, like
funniest
they
one I
focus
watched
on
was
Joseph Smith. Yeah.
the funniest one I saw was the Kathleen Kennedy one.
Yes.
Put a chick in it, make her gay. Leslye, or put a chick in it.
That
make
was a
it
good
lame and
one.
gay.
Like there's so many seasons, so many episodes and movies of South Park. It's really
I mean,
hard
that was
to keep
going
up
on
with
when
everything.
me and Coach were in high school when that was going on.
Yeah.
You know, that was good God, freaking
Long time ago, bro.
25 years ago or almost
Damn.
25 years ago.
25. Longer than that.
Has it
Long
been
time.
And you
high
graduated?
school? We graduated in 98, so no. Oh, yeah,
You
almost
guys-
30 years.
You guys
It's about to be
graduated.
29 years, homie.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Well, almost 30 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
feel
got-
right, does it, Nick?
No.
When you,
You guys
look
wanna feel
this
worse?
young,
You guys
you
wanna
should
feel
be
worse?
having a 30-year high school reunion. But,
in '98, I was three years old.
Hey, everything, chat, everything is not as it seems. Here's evidence to that. Here's evidence to that.
Put it back on. You're scaring the chat off.
There's the
Yeah, I know,
evidence
right?
right there. Went from a normal-looking dude to old instantly. All right, whatever.
My hair's messy.
Yeah.
It's not fixed.
Show your hair, Risman. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
You're seeing it.
Careful, you might take your shirt off.
You two nitwits don't have a brain cell between you.
Hell
Are you from
yeah.
the South? You sound like a Southerner saying that.
100%.
Said
Paul
nitwit,
Turd
of
got it
course he
right.
Paul Turd. I love it.
So, all right. We have that last super chat from Zombie Box Reviews. Thank you very much, Zombie, for that. So, look, that pretty much gets us up to date on all things Reckless Ben. From Joshua Johnston being a fake lawyer, not being a real lawyer. That's going to be problems. Got into the corruption with the police department. The big news that Reckless Ben does allegedly have legal counsel. He is having a lawyer to represent him. And then the McNeff's father coming out and making a public post saying that, yes, the business was stolen from him by his sons. He was sued by his sons for another business. But all of this is Reckless Ben's fault for making the lives difficult of the good people working at Bricks and Minifigs. Reckless Ben is pretty much wrong for all of that and needs to get this fixed. So he kind of said, two things at once. Mm-hmm. So there's a recap. Now, we're going to shift gears and talk. Now, if you guys still want to send in chats about that situation, that's fine.
Yeah.
And we'll,
but before we shift gears, I just wanted to play this real quick and get y'all's reaction to it. I found it pretty funny. It's really short. This is them explaining the Lego store to Shane Gillis.
Yeah, I
can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Nope, can't hear it.
I literally stopped sharing screen and reshared and shared sound just to make sure.
And that's why we can't hear it.
Let me try it again. All right. What about now?
So, Mizzy, fill us in on the Legos.
All right. There's this company called Bricks and Minifigs, and they are a Lego reseller.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this guy, him and his dad had a big collection of Legos, and then the dad got sick. So to cover the costs, they had a deal with Bricks and Minifigs that made sure that they would retain owning the Legos, but Bricks and Minifigs would sell them, and they just take a portion of the sale, So then the dad gets better, and they're like, all right, we want our bricks back.
Shane Gillis
and
is
the company's
trying
like,
to
we actually don't
connect the
have
dots here,
but they
in his
do
head.
have them. They're still on the shelves. They're advertising them on their Instagram and stuff, and they're just lying and lying. So that guy calls a YouTube guy, and then the YouTube guy does a whole investigation, and that's when it gets nuts.
Investigation.
Okay.
So what gets nuts?
Dude, this YouTube guy, he's just trying to investigate. He's like, give back the bricks. And the guy's like, no. And then he's like, all right. And then he goes through all the legal loops. So he makes a company. So the company is pretty much an exact copy of the company, but he's just trying to infringe on them so that they sue him, and they won't do it. He makes a lottery but he goes through all the loopholes to make a legal lottery. And then he sells the minifigs because he owns the figures. So he sells the figures through the lottery, and the company doesn't give the figures away. So they're criminally in trouble now. But every time he goes to the cops are like, you got to leave. You're the one causing the problem. He's like, legally, they're stealing from me, and you guys aren't doing anything about it. And then that happens for a couple months. And then he tries to give up and he starts a GoFundMe for the guy, and then he gets arrested for doing the GoFundMe in Utah because they like you're still like harassing these people and he's not doing anything. And it turns out everybody's Mormon.
Okay. They're gonna be like, what's that about?
It's the crazy thing. It's like a Mormon, like but all the cops are Mormon, all the owners of the company are Mormon. So
Pause it real quick.
It's deeper than Legos. Now.
Yeah, it's deeper than Legos, bro.
So props to this guy for explaining it as well as he did. This
That was
is
like
not
the
an,
Cliff Notes version.
yeah, this is not
really
an
well
easy
done.
thing to explain.
Yeah,
I mean, think about all the details he left out. You know,
so many.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
like
still hit the
I,
high points, but
I was
Yeah,
thinking like if somebody explained it to me exactly the way he explained it to me, it's like when somebody's like, "Yo, I got a really funny joke," and at the end of it, it just wasn't funny, and you're just staring at them like, I don't get it. I don't get. What's going on."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like Shane Gillis's face,
Yeah.
he's like, "Now what?" Like he can't really comprehend the
it's too
the
much.
enormousness.
Look,
of
you
this
should
story
you
from
could do
this
it in one sentence.
explanation.
You could say a man sold a $200,000 Lego or no, already a man consigned a $200,000 Lego set for a company to sell, but the company stole it from him and the police said that they could. And here we are. Now there's an awful lot left out about that.
Yeah.
And the internet has gone
that's
crazy.
like the Cliff Notes of the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? On second thought, that wasn't very good. Anyways,
All right.
nobody would watch that.
There's YouTube guys figuring it all out like in real time. Like this is like 3 months old.
Is it, what kind of mystery is that? It's in Utah. They're all Mormons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's not-
Yeah,
I mean,
they're all Mormon.
yeah. I think it's about the Mormon mafia that more or less taking over Legos,
They're taking
What?
over Legos.
taking over Lego
The
reselling
Mormon mafia is
Yeah.
taking over Legos.
because a lot of other people have tried to get their Legos
Oh
back
my
and it
God.
doesn't work with bricks and minifigs.
Yo, my yeah.
So that's okay. So
The
that's
Mormon mafia is taking
I
over.
know.
He's just high in his
The
room.
Mormon mafia.
The Mormon mafia is taking over Legos. Yo, my God. I gotta go inside and tell Shane. He goes, "Did you hear about the Lego thing?
Yeah, I thought it was truly
This
like
is it?
the
That's the whole
Lego.
story?
Dude, it's crazy.
What's crazy
You
about
gotta
it?
watch the videos, man. He's getting arrested for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very interesting there. Like it's definitely hard to put it into words, but like
Yeah.
technicalities, like Iron Reaper. You know, we love our brother Iron Reaper. He says not stolen. It was always a civil issue. It wasn't stolen in the beginning when the man sales were still getting paid for consignment. But the fact that the man sales go to the store now and say, "Hey, I want my Legos back," and
Or
they're
the
like,
money for 'em.
"We don't have any. They're all gone, and we have no money to give you." Now they've been stolen.
Yeah.
You know, and that's going to be up to the judge.
Yeah. And it's still a civil. Well, I don't even know if it's a civil issue.
Dude,
at
it's
that.
both. This is a
Yeah.
criminal and a civil case.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I would agree.
Ben already won the civil side.
That's right. He did.
Did they get the money for it?
No, they shut down the location so they didn't have to pay it.
So
Oh, actually, I watched a video on that, and Ben actually came out and actually backed this up. I'm glad you just brought this up, Relic. So, and I don't know if Ben knew this at the time, but because of procedural, we were talking about this literally the other night. Because of procedural law, he didn't do something right, and the case was actually thrown out. He thought he had won that civil case, but he actually didn't win anything. The judge ended up throwing it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that video, and I will put it in.
Because I didn't
chat,
hear
and I'll-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me. This literally was, I think, like 2 days ago. I saw this.
So what happens if you win a civil case and the company shuts the doors and say we're not operating anymore, and now you can't get your money? But you were awarded a settlement. That's
I don't
a
know what
way
happens.
out. That's a get out of jail card. That can't be right. The owners of that store, the company can close down as much as it wants to. The owners of that store, they owe.
Well, like I want to see the consignment agreement because there should be language in there that says like in case like the store is broken into and there's theft, like what's the compensation there? I
Yeah.
wonder like how much paperwork was actually signed, because a lot of people have been asking me like how does layaway work with the POS system, and from what I know, I never dealt with layaway. I don't think there was even an option, and I don't know if there is now or there was before, but I would guess it would have to be like they have to create some sort of barcode, but they only put stickers on there. So were the employees just like keeping notes on the side? Because that's a terrible way to track, what.
That would explain why there were so many
Yeah.
different spreadsheets and none of them agreed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's like I want to know like where's that agreement, because Crystal definitely got to have it, because she also claimed that she had 2 or 3 different emails that she attached everything to or something like that. Like, so I really want to know like how much information does she have, and she's not allowed to show us yet. But it all comes down to what the language is on Crystal and Brian's agreement.
Right.
Yeah. And speaking of Crystal, we'll tell you something interesting about all that after the stream. We don't want to say anything publicly yet, but we'll tell you after the stream. So this is, I'm going to put it in chat too. So after the stream, if you guys want to save this, I think this is the one that I watched. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to put it in private chat also. But yeah, apparently he didn't do something right, and the case was thrown out. And he actually didn't win anything, and he talks about I don't know if he intentionally lied or if he just didn't know at the time. I can't remember. But anyways, that's the video. You guys will have to check it out.
I am officially changing the title of our our live stream to Star Wars and Masters of the Universe Fallout.
Switching gears.
If you guys want to still chat about the reckless spin situation, that's perfectly fine. We are happy to do that. But yeah, just know that we're changing gears here. So, all right, it's done. All right. So, first things first. We'll do this. We'll do this quickly. Everybody. The rarest Darth Vader action figure in the world sells for 5 figures at an auction. What you're looking at is a double telescoping lightsaber. This is an early bird version of Darth Vader made by Kenner in 1977, 1978. So we're talking about super rare. Yeah, I was going to say 20-something thousand. It actually sold at an auction for $51,000.
Dang.
So there were 2 people, at least 2 people, in a bid war over this extremely rare piece. Like, if you ever find one of those. Now, I found a rare double telescoping Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's worth about $25,000. It turned out that the lightsaber was fake and not real. But I was like, whoa, my heart started racing. So that is a really cool thing to find there for sure. And if you guys, look, I just learned on the channel that Lego minifigs can be worth a whole lot of money.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Relic, are there any worth 51,000?
There are like so
Like, what's the holy grail of minifigs?
it kind of depends on the collector, because there are the minifigs that were released to the public that were actually just prototypes, or they were like molds, like for instance like the Darth Vader molds that are just like all clear in different colors before they actually release what the design they're gonna do. There's like the Master Wu. I think the most expensive minifigure is the Master Wu minifigure, and it's made out of wood, and it's $100,000.
Wow.
But I'm trying to think if there's any other ones, because there's ones that are like gold plated or
So
have
I
other
watched the video of the
specific
chrome
metals.
plated
But yeah.
C3PO, and a guy took it in. He was looking to see what 4 Bricks and Minifig franchises would offer him on a collection of Lego minifigs.
Yeah, and one
And
of
he
them
was like-
accidentally forgot.
He was
to
like,
put
I
it
just,
back in his
these
box.
belong to my older brothers. We've had
Yeah.
these for a long time. Would you give me a value and let me know like what you would give me for them? He had them priced at like 1,300 value.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a, or maybe more than that. The gold-plated C-3PO, I want to say he showed a thing on eBay where it had sold for like 1,000 or more. So it was actually more. I think it was like 1,800-ish or something.
Yeah,
There
I
was
think
like
somewhere
a
around
rare
there.
Bane Lego minifig.
Mm.
Well, anyways,
From
the
Batman
most
set, yeah.
3 of the BAM locations offered him like $100 for the whole collection, $2,000 worth of minifigs, and the 4th one said it's worth around 900. I would give you 400, and maybe 500 store credit. So that was the best offer that he got.
Yeah.
But one of the BAM locations did not give him the Chrome C-3PO back, and he
Yeah.
had to return
Did hear
back to the
about that
store
one.
to get it.
Yeah, and then the guy was like, and he was looking at it, he was like, oh, yeah, right. Oh, my bad. And like, hand it to him. I was like,
Sorry, it's fake. It's fake
yeah,
anyways.
oh, that's fake, by the way.
Yeah,
And the guy's like, nah, bro. This thing ain't fake.
not fake.
Because he already knew what he had before he took it in there. He just wanted to see how they were gonna treat him.
So
Well, like that gold C-3PO usually goes for more. There's been some that sold for $3,000.
wow.
I would like to. Did he film their explanation of why? Because
Yes.
a real
Yes.
good store would like go through every detail, like if there's
They
any
did.
cracks,
Well-
if there's
Well, they like took them to a desk and sat and researched and was like writing stuff down. I mean, they really went through it, which I think that's why they got such a low offer. This guy doesn't know what he has. You know, maybe the C-3PO is real, maybe it's not. I'm going to roll the dice on it, but I'm going to give him a low offer. And they just use that to make themselves feel better about making a low offer. Oh, that's fake anyways. And then it turns out to be real. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So if somebody walked into your store with with a conservative estimate of $2,000 worth of minifigs that are 20 years old, how much money are you offering them?
Well, I'm gonna ask him first because what our policy was, like, everybody needs to at least leave smiling. So I asked him, like, hey, look, I'll explain. We need to make a profit, and this is the percentage we keep. But if like we knew it was gonna sell well, we would usually just kind of break them and be like, yeah, we'll do like at least just 20% profit, and that's it. But we would go through all of it and ask him, like, what's the price that's gonna make you happy?
Yeah. So if you're
'Cause
giving them 20%, if you're
Yeah.
keeping 20%, then that means you're offering him 1,600.
Yeah, but that usually wasn't the case. We would probably spend hours looking through every single detail. We would ask if it's an expensive minifigure, we would ask him to separate it so that we could take a look, see what if the logo is there, see if it's actually an authentic piece. Because if we break it, then we're liable. We don't know if it was like in his garage and like how humid it was in there for however amount of years, and then as soon as you put the legs back, it just cracks on the sides. We don't know that kind of stuff. So yeah, like it also depends on the place. If a place isn't really selling a lot, like our store sold Star Wars very heavily, so we would pay a premium for that.
Yeah.
In my location, like if you didn't know what you had and it wasn't anything crazy, I'd be like, all right, this is our offer, but if you're not okay with that, you let me know what you want. Because it's also that other thing, like when people are trading, there's a whole psychological thing where like, hey, look, if you bring me $1,000 and the correct offer is 800, and I offer you 800, you're gonna be pissed because you want to negotiate, you want to feel like you win. So I'll be like, how about 750? And then I have to wait till he's like, no, 900. I'm like, dude, I could do maybe 775, you know. And then all till he gets to 800, then I'm like, all right, because he needs to feel like win. Unfortunately, that's how people think. I love it
That's
when
good.
people
That's
just
good. That's good psychology.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved it when people just knew the number and like, this is what I want. If you can't do that, I understand. And
Relic,
it was
I've
great.
made a bunch of toy deals. Bunch.
So you know, yeah.
I used to live that life quite often, man. Like, and I miss it. I wish I had time to hunt toys like I used to. It can be very lucrative, but it's getting harder and harder to find the good stuff from the 80s today.
It's very time consuming too.
It is
And in
very
good condition.
Condition
good
is
condition,
extremely
yeah.
important. But then my problem is I buy it and I'm like, I don't want to sell it.
You want to keep
I'm
it?
going to keep it.
That's how it was with the Lord of the Rings Lego. Like, if we didn't have one on display, it was either at my house or like my employees didn't show it to me and they made sure it sold first before I got to the store.
Yeah.
Because they knew I was going to take it home. Yeah.
The gold C-3PO, they were saying that it was sprayed in chrome and that the torso and the legs would not separate because the chrome hardened and the chrome would not, because that version was sprayed on, you couldn't pull the Lego figure apart. So they were saying it's fake.
Yeah.
It's not real because you can't even take it apart. And the guy was like, well, actually, if you research the first version of this figure, which that's what that is, that's actually common. Like that happened a lot.
The problem is like there is a lot of store owners that have no idea how to train their staff. They just think like these are the standard and this is the general outcome. Like when it comes to minifigures that are above $200, you need to really do your research and train them. Like you need to look up YouTube videos. Like in my store, we had a designated time for my employees to just go in the back, watch some YouTube videos that I assigned them, or research about a particular minifig that we've seen in the store before, or what kind of like for instance, certain sets we couldn't take in even if they were new in box, like the Deadpool set, because a lot of people would just use heat to open it, take out the Deadpool, and then put the box back together with hot glue, and you won't feel the weight if Deadpool's not in there.
Right.
And that was the moneymaker, you know.
I like it.
So like you have to really do your research, and whoever's doing the trade needs to know about those specific minifigures. Like every member
You
of my
definitely
staff,
gotta
like
know.
every
And
member
you're
of my staff, they
risking
were
making-
assigned a certain IP. Like you only do Harry Potter trades. You need to know everything about Harry Potter and Ninjago, stuff like that.
Just because you work at a store or even you're a store manager doesn't mean like you're an expert on every single thing. You have to have the fortitude to take the time and get the right information to make the right kind of offer. Or it makes your store look bad. You know, be a professional because that's what you are. You know what I mean? EchoCon Network got us. Isn't that bad when your own moderators give you hell like that in chat? Welcome to EBN, people, where everybody gives me and Nick a hard time.
Yeah, and I did post the link to this video we were talking about, guys. This is it. I just wanted to play a little bit of that section so you guys could see what we were talking about. But that's
Cody?
That's it right there.
Coach, let's start a business trading, selling Star Wars collectibles. Cody, I'm 100% down. Let's talk. We'll be at ICC Con. We got a whole lot of time. We could talk about it. I'm 100% down.
When you gonna have time for that with a bus route, teaching job?
Cody will be a better
YouTube,
partner than you.
Disc golf.
I'm dropping you.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Coach and Cody show.
Yeah.
Toys. Yeah, I don't know. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
All right. Apollo the Derg with a $4.99 super chat. So Ben sued the wrong LLC. They set up a Baker's Bricks in the party room, I believe, as a separate LLC and address. Their shady games wasn't listed.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was. In the other video I posted, and I posted both these in private chat if you want to check them out later, Relic. But yeah, the Ben addresses the whole situation in one of those videos.
All right, like and also I think they kept moving around like what LLCs owned what.
Whoa.
Yes, yeah, a lot.
Yeah, they kept
Uh,
doing that.
Yeah, the BJC show, the channel we showed earlier, she was talking about that. How it was all these different LLCs, all these different corporations that were constantly changing names. It was like all this shady, weird stuff to kind of stay out of trouble of getting sued or anything like that.
Yeah,
or-
it's like whack-a-mole.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, Cody. Let's do it. I'm dead serious, and we'll fund it. I'll get him out of the bus route. Don't worry.
He
We'll
already
talk,
got the
Cody.
job.
We'll talk, Cody. Bus route ain't that. Hey, I can find the deals while I'm driving the bus.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Just won't
Hey,
pick anybody
kid,
up.
get up here and drive this thing for me. I got a deal.
Hey,
I'm trying
kid,
to
look
make.
for a double telescoping Luke Skywalker, and if you don't find one, I'm not taking you home. Well, we'll put him to work. Let's see. Jack says the creator of that video, Nick, was threatened by BAM. They said he needed to take it down.
Well, guess what? It's not down. It's still
Dude,
up.
they
It
don't
has
have the
over a
right to
million
say
views.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like all he's doing is showing like, hey, they didn't do a proper trade and they're not giving me the right amount.
And he
That's a
never
pretty
said
simple
they're
thing to say,
sorry
like,
for doing
yeah.
this. They're wrong. He said at the end of each video, or at each store, he said,
Yeah.
make your own judgments. I'm just showing you the video footage of exactly what
Yeah, yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
You think for yourself. That's like, I thought the kid was pretty cool for taking that route, because I'd
Yeah,
have been like, forget these guys. These guys are sorry. This is
Yeah.
the store. And this was the first Bricks and Minifigs store opened in Florida. Dude's name is Relic. Do not go there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
well,
that
damn.
video. Yeah.
Single me
So-
out? That's crazy.
Yeah. So that video dropped. Here you go, right here. You guys can see it. That video dropped 2 months ago. 1.1 million views.
Look at the likes to dislikes.
It was
That tells you
before the
everything.
reckless spend. Yeah.
Yeah. 37,000 thumbs up.
Public
300
perception.
369.
Where is our closest BAM, Nick?
There's one. I don't know if there's one in Huntsville, but there's one in Vestavia here in Birmingham.
We need to go to it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's
If
get
you
some
wanna-
spy glasses and grow some red curly hair.
Dude, you're off for the summer. You could literally come down any day. Any day you want to go, we can go.
Man, we're going to get bounced from there.
Yeah, probably. Bounce.
Speaking of bounce, gotta go. Gotta go. See you all next time.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
See ya,
Richmond's
brother.
Richmond has
Yeah.
a job again.
I know.
He
I know.
has to get.
Oh, you
Well,
opened a
say-
Bricks and Minifigs, dude?
No, goodness no.
it's only 9:51, old timer.
I know, but what
He has
time I
to
have
get
to get
ready
up
for
comes
bed. He has to
around
start
really
winding
early.
down.
Really
Yeah.
early. So see y'all
I
next
hear
time.
I hear
All right,
you.
Richmond.
Call me tomorrow.
Yep.
See ya. All right, let's keep this thing moving. So, man, we're going to hit these super fast. Acolyte creator Leslye Headland would still want to do a season 2 after Disney Plus rechart.
Well, of
saying
course,
that
he
there's
probably pocketed
yeah.
half all the money for the budget for that thing because it didn't go into the show.
yeah, absolutely awful. That's how quick we could be, guys, when we hit the Star Wars news. Here's another one. I say, Jon Favreau reveals he reached out to Star Wars creator George Lucas for one specific aspect of the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Who gives a damn?
I'm telling you. Let's find it.
I know
after
George
lengthy
Lucas don't give a
negotiation,
damn.
George Lucas gave us permission to borrow the model. We shot 2 motion control elements of it. It's in the movie and will go by quickly unless somebody points it out. You won't notice, but there are 2 photographed elements of the 1976 original model from Star Wars, which have never been seen on screen. What
model was it?
The red jammer.
You see, like something like this, there wouldn't need to be
The original
Like-
Y-wing starfighter model.
well, something like this, there wouldn't need to be any, I guess, press release or story about it, because if Star Wars was still awesome and popular, the hardcore fans would have pointed that out. But there's no hardcore fans going to the movies no more.
Exactly.
So that's why Jon Favreau needs to put out this thing like, hey, there's this little
Yeah.
Easter egg for you, and then everybody's like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Would you be excited for Acolyte season 2, Relic?
I would.
No,
I would love for
Dude,
the Acolyte season 2.
I can't.
It was the
burn
worst
any more
show
brain
ever made
cells
on
watching
TV.
that bull crap, man.
Yeah. So the
It
only
was so bad. It was so much fun to watch it.
it wasn't
You're
fun
high,
to watch
brother.
it.
No, there's no way.
Dude, we laughed the whole episode.
I hated watching it. What
I
I
was
liked
rolling.
was roasting it.
I was
It
in
was
tears.
fun. It was fun roasting it about how
Fun
bad
roasting
it,
it, but during like I'm gonna spend like 30 to 50 minutes an episode just hating my life.
Yeah,
I didn't
For-
feel that way.
like,
with
that's
it.
what I'm
I
gonna
was
do.
Laughing.
yeah.
I felt that way with the Mandalorian season 3. It was
Well,
like I don't even
you
wanna
are a
watch
psychopath,
this.
coach. That's crazy.
Mandalorian season 3 was trash, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, big time.
agreed.
Yeah, but I was laughing. I thought it was comedy. The power of many. Man, when they did that the first time, I had tears streaming down my face laughing.
Yeah, it
Like-
was so dumb.
Yeah.
But literally, and everybody was just tuning in for the roast of this show. That was the fun part for me. That's the only
Dude,
thing I would want for season 2 is just to roast it again for a second time.
That show, I believe it was. Man, there's so many garbage Disney shows. But when did that show come out?
It
was like
It's been like 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Not this last summer, but the summer before last summer. So
Yeah, it was. So that show launched, and then I still had the store, right? So one great thing about the store was people would come in and we'd be able to talk about it, just like back in the comic book shop days, right?
yeah, water
And-
cooler moment.
Yeah, we would judge people if they were like, "Oh yeah, I love that show," and I was like,
Yeah, like,
"This dude's retarded."
Yeah, yeah,
Dude's got issues.
yeah,
Yeah, this guy's been riding a small bus for a long time, brother.
yeah. It was objectively bad.
Dude, there was fire in space.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Master Dad Bane, we're saying diehard Star Wars fans. I don't know. I guess you got to define what kind of diehard Star Wars fan. Like me and Nick, were
I did not
diehard
go.
original trilogy fans, but
Yeah.
I went to go see the Mandalorian and Grogu, and so did Nick. But we basically did it just to review it for the channel.
Yeah, if we didn't have this YouTube channel, I literally would not have seen it.
But that's
Well,
why the movie is losing, 200 million ish
yeah,
ballpark figure. Like
Yeah.
it's a financial loss, a big one.
yeah.
It's the worst loss Star Wars has had in the cinema.
Yeah, I don't think we had started this. Did we have this channel when Solo came out?
It was
we
right
do
after Last
content?
Jedi.
That was right as we were starting, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
So when Solo came out, that's the only movie Star Wars that I've not seen
Bro,
in theaters.
great segue into the next conversation. Is Masters of the Universe better than The Mandalorian and Grogu? Nick,
Yes.
Yes.
it's not even close.
Yeah.
The Masters of the Universe movie blows The Mandalorian and Grogu away.
Oh, it's comparative. It's like Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Like it's a masterpiece against freaking.
I will
Mandalorian
look.
Grogu.
I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, and I didn't hate The Mandalorian and Grogu. I didn't hate it. It was
just didn't feel like Star Wars.
It was just a movie.
Yeah. It
It
just
didn't.
wasn't.
It did not. It felt like the Mandalorian show.
It
not
it
felt like
pissed
there
me
was
off
no
like The
magic.
Last
It felt
Jedi.
like there was no magic.
No,
Yeah,
I agree
like-
with that.
Yeah.
There was no.
Yeah.
There was no movie magic with it. That's what makes it doesn't feel like Star Wars. So, yeah, I knew when the credits rolled, that would be the last time I ever watched the movie. I'll never watch The Mandalorian and Grogu again.
I'll never watch
I
it.
didn't hate it, but I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
It was just extremely mid for me.
Yeah.
I've already seen Masters of the Universe twice. When I get that on the streaming platform or the 4K, I'll watch it again. Like I liked it that much. So that was that's the test that we always talk about here. You watch a movie, if it has rewatchability, then you liked it.
Yeah.
And if you're like, I'm never watching that movie again, then you didn't like the movie.
Yeah. Project Hail Mary. I don't buy a whole lot of physical media. Project Hail Mary is one that I'll definitely be getting the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray for that. And I will probably get Master of the Universe 2, but I gave Master of the Universe like a 7. It was just sort of like, and I'm a He-Man fan from the 80s, so it was just I had a lot of issues with it, but overall it was just like I just didn't take it serious, so it was just like, it was a fun popcorn flick for me, but I definitely had issues with the movie for sure.
You could
But
say
Mando
that
and Grogu, yeah, way better.
Like
than that.
the problem with
Yeah.
the Masters of the Universe movie, it feels like it's an and then story, and then this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna happen. Like it
Yeah.
didn't flow. There wasn't a clear trajectory for the entire plot. Like it was very simple, which is fine, but there was no gravitas within that simplicity. Like, yeah, it's a simple situation when you get back, and then get rid of the villain and save this place and have He-Man back in this universe. Great.
Yeah.
But then there's nothing. There's no substance in the middle.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because you know what my first thought walking out of the theater seeing that movie was?
Mhm.
This would have been a good prologue to the second movie. Like, if they came up with this movie and this story idea, okay, don't give us this movie. Give us the movie that comes after this movie, and just reference and let that be just a, how when you watch Fellowship of the Ring, it kind of has the narration with
That makes a
backstory.
lot of sense. Yeah.
If they would have done that with this movie and kind of explained this movie in a narration format at the beginning of the second movie to this, I think the movie would be doing way better.
Yeah, and I think regardless if the second movie is great, you definitely don't need to watch the first movie to understand the second movie, and they haven't even made it yet.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing for you to take that would be helpful information for whatever movie they're gonna make next.
I don't think Nick is wrong with his opinion. I kind of see it the other way. Like, if he was He-Man right out of the gate, then it probably would have been a better movie. I agree with that.
Like the Dolph Lundgren movie.
The problem
in the
is
80s.
He-Man has been such a dormant franchise for decades. I mean, honestly, Nick, if you think about it, He-Man has been a dormant franchise for the majority of our lives.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Minus the Kevin Smith crap.
By the time but he didn't help it.
Yeah, no, not at all.
He made it
Cry,
more
baby.
dormant.
Yeah.
So by the time 1990 rolled around, 1989, 88 rolled around, He-Man was done.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was
pretty much.
nothing else. They weren't selling toys anymore. They
No video games.
Mattel
nothing.
quit making them.
Yeah, there's
So
nothing.
But we're talking about a juggernaut from 1982 to 1986. Juggernaut.
Yeah.
So,
But if you do the movie right, I've never really liked that argument, because if you think about like the Avatar movie, right, the James Cameron Avatar movie, regardless if you like it or not, it made $2 billion.
Yeah.
It was a huge hit because there was a lot of compelling elements to it, right? So if He-Man had the same compelling elements, you'd see it take off regardless if it was an original IP or it was an old IP or not. Like I think the having the human Adam was fine, but again, there was no real increase to his character. When he became He-Man, he was a dope, just like as he was Adam. There was nothing
I
for
told
you to be
Coach
like,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't like the Peter Parker Spider-Man moment where it's like he puts on the suit and now he makes really wacky jokes and it's funny, but it's because he's a nerd that has a lot more confidence because his face isn't being shown and he has this responsibility, right? And there was no understanding that like the power that he has is a much bigger responsibility, so he needs to become this warrior. But when he doesn't have that sword, like, you might be frightened and all that. That's fine, and like the goofy elements can stay, but they try to make it get too goofy. They should have taken it more seriously. It doesn't have to be a completely serious movie, but they should have just taken it more serious and make there's so many things that took away from this movie. that took away from like the element of the fantasy. Like when you see when they're when like Tila is like swearing English curse words, and it's not like you're. But then before, when she was a kid, what was the word that she used? You're such a slicker or something like that, or
Oh, I thought you were talking about what she called Cringer a P word.
yeah, like why does she know that language? Because that language should be strictly for Earth.
Right.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
why are we using like it? You
Earth
know, like
terminology and Earth. What's the word I'm looking for?
Slang.
Slang. Yeah.
Yeah,
Slang.
like
Yeah.
you know, Guardians of the Galaxy is something simple where like he says "I am Groot" on number 2, and they're like, "Whoa, language!" Yeah, we don't actually have to hear the actual curse word. We can understand that in that universe they said something a certain way, and it doesn't mean a good thing. You know, like
Yeah.
so. There's a lot of elements that's just like, oh, there's nothing that actually makes you understand how separate these worlds are, and like if they talk like this, that means like all the stupid decisions they make, they shouldn't be making, because they're actually more intelligent than the way they're being perceived. So I think that it just took too much away, like all the little things, all these little details that they could have focused on.
So we have a super chat here
Yeah.
that we want to hit real quick. Callegria of Soulbound with a $5 super chat. I just got here. Did anyone tell you Sheldon just released the original Brian Mansell American Forks PD report before Ben got involved? No.
No.
I've not seen that. So that's something worth looking at, guys.
Yeah.
Sheldon, who is Ben's friend, that's
Yeah.
with him in a lot of these videos,
Yep.
apparently made a video. So, Nick, if you'll add that to our list of to-do tonight, that
Yep.
would be great.
So does Sheldon not have a
Thank
gag
you,
order?
Callegria.
No,
It's the
no,
only one-
he does not. Ben is the only one with the gag
He
order.
said
right
he's
now.
got one forthcoming. or
Yeah, he said.
assumed.
He said.
Yeah.
"I'm
I
probably
remember
gonna get
seeing
one
that video.
soon."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping there was gonna be like a Deadpool situation with part 3. You know, where like somebody that nobody knows who it was released part 3.
Boom. Yep. Right here.
What's
I
that-
caught Bricks and
What's that
Minifigs
noise?
lying. Is your
Oh,
phone
shoot.
ringing, Coach?
That's my garage. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep, I found it. Yeah, it's a little less than 9 minutes long.
Okay. We'll check that out.
Yep.
All right. Well, look,
Thanks
that's
for that info.
Yep, that's great info. Thank you for that. So, last thing here, the backlash to He-Man and Mandalorian this summer says more about us than the movies. And basically, the premise of the article by Collider here is that Hollywood is not going to be able to release a movie that is the greatest cinematic movie of all time. And that's kind of what audiences are going in for now. They're like, if this movie is not incredibly great, I don't want to go to the movies to watch it. If it's something that's just supposed to be fun, you know, then I just don't really have any interest. And the problem here is that Hollywood needs to get back to making great movies. That's what we need. So I agree with the article a little bit, but at the same time,
My bad.
I'm paying good money to go to the theater to watch a movie. And if the product that I'm seeing is not good enough quality for me, then first of all, you are a paying customer. You have the right to say whatever you want to say about it. And it doesn't matter. You paid your ticket to go watch that movie. You can call it the way that it is. So if Hollywood made better movies, there would be better reviews and people would be happier. Just put it that way. Tom had a freaking meltdown about He-Man
Oh yeah.
because he
Big time.
hated it. You know,
And also the marketing didn't help either. They were
I
trying
actually
to
thought
set-
I actually thought the marketing was pretty good.
Mandalorian and Grogu, the marketing
well, like
didn't help
maybe
at
it
all.
wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't the marketing. It was like the freaking celebrity speaking out, like this is against toxic masculinity.
Oh yeah,
and all
yeah.
that bullcrap.
That 100% did not help.
It's
It.
gonna
And the
turn
trailer with
people off. Yeah.
and the trailer with the he him pronoun thing, which was a total joke. but you know, in today's day and age, like when people see that in a trailer without context, they're automatically going to assume, oh crap, this is some more crappy modern day pronoun crap.
Well, like also in the trailers, like the problem is that they show too much in the trailers. Like there's nothing left for like, there's no mystery.
They did.
So
they definitely
I remember,
showed a lot.
I remember the more they released trailers for Master of the Universe, the less I was interested.
Yeah.
The reason I went was because my sister took me for my birthday, and I was like, all right, let's go. And I did get the sword.
Masculinity thing.
Yeah.
What character did they say was toxic masculine in the movie before the movie came out? Do you guys remember?
I do.
Well,
You remember who they were talking about? Relic?
You would think it would be He-Man, but it wasn't He-Man at all.
It
They
was,
didn't make him toxic masculine.
supposed to be Skeletor.
Yeah,
It was Skeletor.
Yeah,
And what character did everybody talk about the most when they left the movie?
Skeletor. He was awesome.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome. He's the
Yeah.
best character in the movie.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when he's like, "You're not gonna appeal to my better nature. I am a villain."
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so
Right,
good.
yeah.
Look, every scene he was in was good, bro.
Yeah,
It was
I
great.
liked-
Yeah.
I like Skeletor a lot. That was the shine, and I hate Jared Leto.
Right?
Yeah, but Skeletor in this movie,
He
he
nailed it,
was
dude.
the shining light in this film for me.
He took it next level. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Yeah,
Oh, butt worms. That was the funniest crap, dude.
yeah,
You were all butt worms, and Man at Arms said, "Did he call us butt worms?"
yeah, yeah.
It's so funny, dude. Oh, such a good movie. All right, look, we just had a great over 2 hour long live stream. We said we were going to go an hour. We gave you 2 hours, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all of the support. You know, back to the Reckless Ben and Bricks and Minifigs thing. You know, we want to thank Relic for coming on here and speaking and providing his expertise because he lived it and he knows it.
Yeah.
A lot of people like us can just speculate and wonder, but he actually lived that life. So that's been awesome. We have heard from another owner, and we'll be giving you an update about that at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
More coming there. We got some stuff that's happening behind the scenes. Thank you all for the support and watching our content. Thank you for watching our video updates. We're not a Reckless Ben or Bricks and Minifigs channel. We're just covering it right now, but we still cover Star Wars and other things too.
Movies, entertainment. And real quick, everybody in chat was wondering where you can follow Sheldon. So this is his channel, Sheldon Norcross. I did put it in the chat.
Very good.
But this is his channel right here, guys.
Yep.
And the Last Relic, that's the link to his channel. You can also find it in the description if you guys are watching this on a replay later on.
Relic should be made a regular. He knows, and he has already said, "I'll come on anytime. We'll talk about whatever." Like he's one of us. He's one of us. Okay.
Yeah.
So he passes the test.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for all of the support. Again, we greatly appreciate it. We got more videos coming tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And that's all I got. Thanks to Risman for being here. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks to all of our members who have been here in chat tonight. Our new members, we appreciate that. Thank you for joining our member family. And that's going to do it for us. Nick, Relic, I'll give y'all the last word.
I was just going to say the Last Relic is our next Derek Anderson. We found him, and we're going to build him up into a juggernaut.
Oh,
so Valiant Renegade and Derek Anderson, like both of them were had 100 subs, and we built these guys up, and now they've taken.
They
off.
leave us.
They left the nest.
You're going to be the next person to break
they
up
spread
with
their
us.
wings, and
I'm kidding. They didn't leave us.
Yeah, no.
Valiant called me the other day.
We're all still good friends.
No, we're all friends. Look, we're like YouTube family at this point.
Yeah.
But the thing is like once you get your channel going, you have to run your own race, and you have to do what's best for your channel. You know, then there's no hard feelings there. You know, we totally get that. So definitely, I know that the chat thanks you guys for being here. So y'all give Zombie Box. Y'all give The Last Relic a follow for sure, and tell him thank you.
Thanks for having me on. Like I love coming here. My favorite streams is just to hang out with you guys or just talk to people, and I'm glad you guys think that I could provide some insight and I can make a stream worthwhile with me on, and that's awesome.
Absolutely.
I like the fact that you give some pushback and you're not like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I agree. Now that you say that, like, I like that you are like not kind of like the yes man. You're like, man, Coach, you're crazy. What are you talking about?
Hey,
That
I'm not
sucks."
a wuss,
Like-
dude. Like,
Dude, I say some stuff people disagree with, like the Goonies suck.
Yeah,
And I can't believe they
made
made a Lego ship of that dang thing. Like, The Goonies is one of the worst 80s movies. So is E.T. and The Shawshank Redemption is unwatchable.
Yeah, and I love all those.
And
movies,
people
I
disagree
think
with
he's
me about
crazy.
that, but that's my hill.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
Look, look, everybody getting mad
stupid
already.
hill.
Everybody's gonna start being like, unsub.
That's blasphemy.
unsub.
The point is, your opinions are welcome here. Let's fight about it. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That was fun. Unsub. No, Stever. Goonies does suck. Thank you, J-Man.
Oh,
All
J-Man
right.
doesn't know what he's talking about.
Now we get spicy. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you guys. As we always say here, we are You Are Echo Base Network. We'll see you guys on the next one for Coach and the Last Relic and the Old Man Rissman. See y'all.
Bye, guys.
bye.
Bass.